So good morning. Brian got me up early this morning, you guys, like not really that early for me. Okay. 7 a.m. is early for me because I don't go to bed until like midnight or 1. So that was early for me, but he woke me up by saying, okay, Mrs. Ambassador, it's time to wake up. You've got people's lives to change. And it was like the sweetest thing ever. I was like, okay, how can I not get up when this guy is trying to help me get control of my mornings, get control of everything that's going on so that I can feel better and eventually help more people, right? So it was like the cutest thing and I loved it. I told him to keep doing that too. I'm like, yeah, if you keep doing that, I will wake up every single time. But I will say I've been like trying to like peel my eyes open. But we were just listening to Ed Milet, which we do every morning. It's kind of a fun little thing that we've started doing now just together. And I'm loving it because it really just lifts my mood. Okay, let's see. I want to start with the self-reliant entrepreneur. It is the 19th. Your true fans. I'll read the poem part of this first. The richest gifts we can bestow are the least marketable. We hate the kindness which we understand. A noble person confers no such gift as his whole confidence. None so exalts the giver and the receiver. It produces the truest gratitude. Perhaps it is only essential to friendship that some vital trust should have been responded by the one in the other. I feel addressed and probed even to the remote parts of my being when one nobly shows, even in trivial things, an implicit faith in me. Familiar Letters, 1865. Find your tribe, those who have unspoken faith in you, and build a commitment to making their lives better for having revealed this trust. This is, in many ways, the ultimate commitment of self-reliance and self-trust. You can't take everyone with you, and you shouldn't try. In this socially connected world of wispy connections, it bears reminding that a handful of true fans is the richest gift. Author Seth Godin sends up this call to action in his book, Tribes, beautifully. Yes, I think it's okay to abandon the big, established, stuck tribe. It's okay to say to them, you're not going where I need to go, and there's no way I'm going to persuade all of you to follow me. So rather than standing here watching the opportunities fade away, I'm heading off, and I'm betting some of you, the best of you, will follow me. Challenge question is, where are your true fans? Holy cow, this is great for our business, okay? This was like, you guys, I'm like still trying to like process all of this because it's basically giving you permission to stop pulling the dead weight, which may sound harsh, but it's the truth, okay? It's giving you permission to stop pulling the dead weight in your teams. This could mean two different things. You could be in as long as me, and maybe that means that they have gone pretty far, but they stopped and they just weren't really going any further. Or this could mean that you're newer in the business and the people that you've enrolled haven't taken off. That can still be considered, quote unquote, dead weight, right? So, and I've been talking a lot about this, or I've been hearing a lot about this, with really deciding who our tribe should be, with really deciding what qualities we want in a team, what qualities we want in the people to join us. But at the same time, I think it's really, really hard when you start to kind of revamp your image or revamp. Okay, let me start over. So as we grow as leaders, there are going to be people that get left behind. Don't even think about your business for a second. Think about your friends. Drop a 1 if you guys have like ever started having your friend group like fall apart because, or maybe like having an issue with a best friend because you're growing and they're not willing to grow. Does that even make sense? Like, it's so hard. Okay, everybody's been there. It's so hard because when I first started this business, And I tell this story a lot of the times, but one of my best friends for like ever, like a very long time best friend, posted on her Facebook. I mean, like, was she really a friend? I don't know. But posted on her Facebook when I got my first bonus. Okay. When I went diamond, I got my first bonus, and said that I had joined a cult. Okay. That I had joined a cult, and that this business was brainwashing. Network marketing is like the devil, like all of these things. And first of all, I don't even have any of those words in my vocabulary. So that was my first inclination that that probably wasn't my best friend, right? Because I don't think that way. I don't think of people in a negative light like that.
So you're talking about that cult you joined?
Yeah. So for me, it hit me really hard. It hit me really hard. Okay. For like a minute, like I could not get over it. And hi baby. And I could not get over it. I cried so much. Like I couldn't even, okay, you got to go, baby. I couldn't even deal with the thought of somebody thinking negatively about me, right? But as we grow and as we start to understand that people aren't necessarily pegging you as like the bad guy, they are upset that you are becoming somebody that they were afraid to become. Does that hit home for you guys? Like, you have to be strong enough and grow through it enough to understand that she had a lot of other issues going. Jordan's like, me. That she had a lot of other issues going on with herself, had nothing to do with me. Okay. And so when people develop opinions about your life, or opinions about what you're doing, or opinions about your spouse, or opinions about your job, whatever it is, you need to understand. And I think, again, this comes with growth. You need to understand that it's not a reflection of you. It's not a reflection of what you're doing. It's not a reflection of who you're becoming, because honestly, as long as you are constantly trying to better yourself and your intentions are pure, then you're not doing anything wrong. It's their insecurities that are trying to bring you down with them. And that takes a lot of time to understand. Like, that takes a lot of tears. That takes a lot of like frustration. That takes a lot of why in the world are they feeling this way towards me? You know, but then once you kind of understand it, you can look back on that. Like, now I can look, you guys, for like a week, I was down. Okay. I had just hit a promotion with a $10,000 bonus that I was like so unbelievably happy about. And I was down out for the count for like a week because of what somebody said about me. And it was because that somebody was so close to me. Right. But here's the crazy part. 4 years later, look what it's done for us. Okay. And we are like here living this. And she just recently reached out to me. This was my point of telling you this. She just recently reached out to me, and she was like, you know, I can't even believe that I stooped that low. I can't believe that I said the things that I did. It wasn't towards you. It was just like, I had heard so many negative things about network marketing, and I just didn't know what it was. But now that I've seen that you've been so successful, like, honestly, I'm genuinely happy for you. And I believe that that was exactly what I needed. She still doesn't agree with network marketing. Who cares? Neither does my dad. Like, he doesn't understand it. Doesn't mean that he's going to bash me for it, but he's somebody that will tell me straight up. Same with Brian's parents. You guys, they have an account. His parents have an account that's hitting triple diamond this month. Okay. And they still are like, is it real? Like, is it real? You know, like, I don't know. Is that check you're collecting real? I'm not sure. Like, have you been depositing it? No, I'm just kidding. I'm so not being disrespectful right now. But what I'm saying is, like, what's funny about that is that it's not that people don't like agree with what you're doing. They just don't understand it. They can't comprehend it. But in a normal world, in a normal, what's the word? Like, in a normal aspect of life, they would probably do some research on it, right? They would probably be like, okay, where do I start? Like, if you want to become a realtor or a real estate agent, I say that so weird. Realtor? I don't know. Anyways, if you want to become a real estate agent, you're not just going to be like, I'm just going to become one. Like, I don't know anything about it, but I'm just going to become one. You're going to start talking to other real estate agents. You're going to start searching things. You're going to start to understand how to go get your licensing, what maybe they make in a year, all of these things, right? Which, by the way, brings me to another example. I'll never forget this. One of my best friends, if that makes any sense, we went camping one time and she was like blown away that we were able to do this full time. Okay. She was like blown away. And when she found out that we made more money than her she's a very, very successful real estate agent. Okay. And my best friend was just like flapping off like, oh yeah, Rochelle made blah, blah, blah this year or whatever. And I was like, let's not talk about that. But when the real estate agent found out that we made more money than her, it was like she automatically didn't like me. This was a scam. This was ridiculous, all of these things. But what's insane to me is that real estate is the same damn thing. Real estate is literally the same thing. You are selling homes, earning commission, helping your team out. Like it's literally the same thing. And so I'm just like, this doesn't even make any sense to me, because in real estate, you have to develop a clientele. You have to do personal development. Y'all, think of any real estate agents in your life that are not burying themselves in books and trying to become better, right? Because they have to become better and learn how to be a better communicator and learn how to make more money and all of these things. No matter what profession you do, you have to constantly be rising up. You have to constantly be raising your thermostat, right? If you guys haven't read Millionaire Mindset or Millionaire Mind, I can't remember what it's called. You guys should read it. But I was just listening to Ed Milet, and he was talking about hiring, like making your frequency go higher and your thermostat go higher. And when you are around certain people, your thermostat goes up. He said that every time in his life when he had either a massive promotion or a massive change in his pay, it was because he was around other people that were of higher level of self than he was. Okay, so he was constantly leveling up. He was constantly finding new circles and making sure. And that doesn't mean that you just leave your circle and never talk to them again, you guys. It just means you protect who you're allowing into your circle now. It just means you protect, maybe you don't spend 3 hours on the phone with that friend who only talks gossip. Maybe you limit it to 15 minutes now because I got things to do. I'm working on things. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just about limiting the negativity in your life, limiting the drama in your life, limiting the things that you that really aren't going to matter in a couple of years, so that you can work on the things that are going to matter in a couple of years. And I don't know where any of this came from, you guys. I have no idea. I'm just speaking from my heart right now. But the self-reliant entrepreneur that we just read, the part of it that we just read was, and the challenge question that I wanted to go off of was, where are your true fans? Find the people, and if they're not in your organization yet, pray them in. Okay, pray in those people, the people that you want to help you get to the next rank, the people that you want to help make an extra $500 a month, the people that need you to learn or to teach them so that they can learn how to be successful. Pray that those people come into your business, because it's not like this luck of the draw. Okay, we're attracting these people. And that might seem kind of harsh, right? Because we're like, wait a second, I've only signed duds in 2 years. What do you mean I'm attracting these people? Okay, well, let's write down all of the things, Katie, let's write down all of the things that you want. You guys, I've been telling you this. I've been talking to you about this. What do you want in your team? Because subconsciously, you might be thinking, and Katie, I'm not putting this on you, I'm just saying in general, you might be thinking to yourself well, I'm not worth it, or it's not my time yet. Or maybe I'm not the greatest leader, or maybe I don't know how, maybe I'll never sign somebody who takes off because I never have before. So you're attracting those people into your network. You're attracting people that are thinking, I'm not good enough. I'm not worth it. I could never be a good leader. I see this girl doing really good, but maybe someday, I don't know, they're coming in and they're not taking off because you're not giving off that vibe, right? You're not giving off the vibe of come hell or high water. I loved what this book said. Come hell or high water, I'm going. Who's coming with me? I'm going. Who's going to follow? Who's going to come with me? And you also have to be okay. Okay. This is something I'm really struggling with. You have to be okay with the ones who don't come. Even if they've been in the business for a very long time with you, you have to be okay with the ones that fall off and don't follow you when you believe in them more than they believe in themselves. Okay? That has something that has been hitting home for me for a couple years now, you guys. I've had multiple diamonds just kind of fall off and not like and literally just stop working the business. The main reason for that was because I was in this building mode, and I've told you guys this before. I was in this building bulldozing mode and not realizing that people need to be ready to promote. Okay, I was having a conversation with Cammie, and I was like, listen, like I know I can do it. Like that's like, I'm not afraid of the work. I'm not afraid of the work to get to where I need to go. But what I am massively afraid of is getting people to where they are and having them leave me, or helping them get to where they are and then having them leave me. That's a real fear. Like that's a big fear. And instead, I need to be speaking life over those people. I need to be helping them believe in themselves, that they can do it on their own. I need to be telling them their qualities and their strengths and what I see in them, because that helps them believe in themselves. Okay, this is something that I'm just learning. Like I just heard Ed Milet say that, like the qualities of your leaders is what you need to be like you when you tell somebody like oh my gosh, like you are a fearless leader and you are so passionate and you like these things that you see about them, they know it to be true, right? Like if somebody says, man, you have so much passion, you have so much energy, to me, I'm going to be like, yeah, I do. Like that's the truth, right? But all of a sudden when somebody else says it to you, it's like, oh yeah, I got passion. I'm intense. Like you just get so excited because somebody recognized your strength, because somebody is like, that is a good thing in you. And a lot of the times we like to like bury our strengths in a way and almost make it feel like it's a bad thing. So his was that he was always very, very small. Okay. He was always, and now he's like huge. If you guys have seen Ed Milet, like he's literally like his arms are like this big around, but, he was like really, really tiny. Okay. They called him, I forget what he said, like Eddie, I don't even know, like stick fig. I don't even know, something. They like made fun of him. Okay. They made fun of him for being so tiny. And he was a baseball player, a really good, fast baseball player. And things that he got labeled were like that he was tiny, he was shy, and he had a bad home life. Okay. And those are the things that we hang on to. And we're like, that's what labels us, instead of just because he was tiny, he was fast. He was really, really fast. And when he had his first mentor enter his life at like 8 to 10 years old or something, it was a pro baseball player. When he had this guy enter into his life, that guy no longer spoke on the things that he was insecure of. He was like, you're fast and you're smart and you're not shy. You're just like, I don't even know what the words that he used, but like he gave him all of these new labels of what he saw in him. And that's what he created. The whole YouTube this morning was creating an identity, creating a new identity for yourself. Like you're constantly growing. And one thing that I loved, which maybe a little bit extreme, but I loved it. He said he's in a crisis all the time to be the next version of himself. Like he's like, I probably shouldn't be, because I might have more peace in my life, but I'm legitimately in a crisis all the time to get to the next level of myself. And what I loved about this is that he said it wasn't about the money. Ed Milet is, y'all, he's got some money. Okay. Like he's got some money. He has his own jet completely paid off. Okay. Paid for in cash. Like he has money. That is not what he's after. And he does all of these things like on YouTube and his podcast and everything for free. Like I'm sure he gets paid for it now, but when he first started, it was literally just like him creating content to help other people. That was his calling. That is his calling. That's what he wanted to do. And I firmly believe that when he like decided that that was his calling and didn't like waver from that and didn't want it just for the money, that is why he became rich. That is why he became rich, because he wasn't always chasing that money. And even myself as a red, I have to scale back sometimes and be like, yo, Rochelle, it's not all about the money. This is not all about the money. Like I'm chasing that higher paycheck. I'm chasing that higher paycheck for my girls too, right? But it's not always about the money. It's what it's doing for us as humans. It's who it's impacting. It's what it's the main reason. You're silly. She's coming in here with her diaper. Her hair's like a mess and she's chewing on jerky. Like what? What? Yeah, I see it. Jerky? You're silly. Okay, so anyways, let me read the devotional because I'm getting like super fired up this morning. Sharina says, one of my favorite sayings, I can't even speak. An appreciated person will always do more. I love that so much. You guys, yellows are huge with appreciation. They need to be told how much they're appreciated and what they are doing, because that's what drives them. That's what drives them. They want to continue to please. Okay, so let's see. Know when to pull yourself off the field. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. Proverbs 16:3. Hold on one second. He's like jamming out, like listening to music. Like, what are you doing right now? Like, I can hear it. What's happening? He's like, oh, sorry. Maybe you guys couldn't hear it, but I could, and it was distracting. Okay. I was training an elite group of up and coming female leaders at a huge corporation. As a part of our role-playing case study, they worked on a fictional workplace scenario. After some financial setbacks, their unit had a big opportunity that might keep their whole department afloat. It would require all hands on deck overtime and weekends for the next 6 months. Then each person was told they now had a unique personal crisis to juggle, such as a husband diagnosed with cancer, a young child needing speech therapy at 4 p.m. 3 days a week, or elderly parents who needed help finding and moving into assisted living. The women crafted a solution for their particular conundrum, then did a role play to present it to a senior male executive. The team with the cancer case was first up. With a carefully crafted solution that involved working early hours and late nights to make up for missing time for the husband's chemo and enlisting others to cover for them while they were gone, the women leaders were completely confounded by the executive's response. Your proposal is heroic and admirable, but completely unrealistic. I didn't believe a word of it. Every competent woman knows that you do whatever it takes to get a job well done. But just as important, we need to recognize when circumstances render us unable to get our job done well. Just as a good soccer player would never insist on playing on a badly sprained ankle, thereby putting the whole team at risk, we sometimes need to realize when we are actually doing our team and ourselves a disservice if we do not pull ourselves off the field for a time. As the tough executive put it that day, yeah, we might need you, but your husband needs you more. How many times do we realize we have overcommitted or encountered unforeseen circumstances that leave us incapable of finishing our obligations? We need to learn when to pull ourselves off the field for a time, wave our white flag of humility, and enjoy the peaceful fruit of realistic expectations. God never gives us a calling without providing all that we need to get it done, and that includes time and emotional capacity. If we aren't able to get it done despite our best efforts, then he has a different plan in mind, perhaps a different person or a different time. Let's listen when the Holy Spirit gently calls us to set certain things aside and trust that he has them in his control. The reflection is there some way in which you are limping along, trying to do it all, and not getting anything done well? In what way might you need to pull yourself off the field for a time and trust God with the results? That is so good, especially in our industry. That's something that I feel like I'm almost like, quote unquote, off the field right now, because I'm trying so hard to make sure that I am growing through this time. I know that I'm in a transitional phase. I know that our team is in a transitional phase. But the best part about this is because we're consistent with our business, no matter what our circumstances are, we're continuing to grow. We're continuing to still grow through this time, which I think is crucial. But at the same time, I love everything that this is saying, this devotional is called Find Rest, you guys. We need to be able to find rest and find peace in what we are doing. That's why I chose this. That's why I chose this book. It's not all about running ourselves into the ground. There are seasons of this business, especially when we are promoting. There are seasons of this business that we will be unbalanced, that we will feel unhinged, that we will feel like we're working too much to catch up with things. But when you're not promoting, you need to understand that this needs to be something that is still enjoyable, that you can't sustain this long term running so hard that you can't keep up. And honestly, it's not enjoyable. That's not the point of this. That's not why we started this business. It's not to be that way. And I think that I've almost hindered a lot of my team at times, because that's how I see it, you guys. No matter what I went through growing up, no matter what I went through detrimentally with my brother, with my miscarriage, like all the things that I have gone through, I never slowed down. Okay. But looking back, there was times that I wished that I would have taken that time, or at least continued to do the things that I needed to do, but not at such a fast pace. Does that make sense? Because I was running myself ragged. Like looking back, promoting to Triple Imprez, Triple Imprez was actually very at peace. That one was like, we were 100% at peace. And that is why we went so fast. So sometimes you have to go slow to go fast, right? That's like my new motto right now. But when we were promoting to like Diamond and Double and getting Brian to Double, it was all work 24/7 at the dinner table, at the ball fields, like with his nieces, like wherever we were, I was working 24/7 all the time to try and get us there. And it's crazy because looking back, when we went to Triple Imprez, I had a whole new outlook. I had a whole new mindset. I was focused on helping other girls promote. And that's where I'm getting back into now. I've been doing Zooms. And if you're promoting this month, I'll be reaching out to you about this. But I've been doing Zooms with like legs, like team legs, if that makes any sense. Like everybody that's on a leg that is promoting together, I've been doing like half-hour team Zooms. I did 3 of them last night. You guys, it was so incredible to watch these ladies introduce themselves to each other, number one, to like understand like, oh, that's who that is. And oh, I'm in your downline and you're my sideline and blah, blah, blah. Like, first of all, to just see who they're working with, but then to be like, these girls were asking in the chats, and it really got me so fired up. They were like, so if I go Ruby, that helps her go Diamond? Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Like, I'll have that done this week. Like, I didn't realize how many people truly wanted to just help other people, wanted to just do what their part to help others succeed. And that just made my heart so happy, because I know that the dynamic of this team is changing, but in a good way, in a way that I used to be afraid to do those because I didn't want to overwhelm people. I didn't want people to feel like, and this is just on the other side of this, drop a 2 if you're understanding me right now, because this part of it is like tough for me. So I didn't want people on the other side of it to be like, oh, like they're counting on me. Like they're counting on me. Like I have to go Ruby in order for her to go Diamond. Like I was so terrified that by putting them on the spot or like introducing them, that they would just be like, I can't do this because they're counting on me. Right. But I was so wrong. I was so wrong, because they are so willing to help, and they're so willing to like want to do this with others, that I'm just loving it. I'm loving the new, like, I don't even know what the word is, like the new flow of the team, and really getting to run with the runners, run with the people who are truly wanting to do this. And that's what you guys need to understand, is that sometimes you won't have runners on your team for a very long time. Lisette's going Diamond this month, you guys. And remember on our Ruby call on our call the other night, she was like, it took me, I signed 30 distributors. Katie, this is for you too. 30 distributors before she ever had one take off. Before she ever had one like enroll their own customer. 30 distributors, 2 years with me, you guys. That she was consistent. She was enrolling. She was doing the things that she needed to do, but nobody was taking off. And that's okay, because she stuck through it. And she still is doing great on her own, but now she's becoming the leader that she's been in this whole time, and I'm almost done, you guys. In this whole time, she's been becoming this person while she's like almost like discouraged that nobody is taking off, but she's growing, she's growing, she's growing. And then boom, she's ready when somebody actually does take off. And that is what just happened this month, is like her team is exploding and she's becoming the leader that she's been preparing for this whole time. God was just sitting back like, hold on, like it's coming, but it's going to all come at once. So I have to prepare you. Like it's going to all come at once. So I just can't throw you all this. Let's practice. Let's learn. Let's grow. Then you're going to go higher and higher. So I think that a lot of the times we don't see it when we're in the struggles, right? We only see it when we're out of it and we're looking back. And so I love that she shared that, because it was something that I didn't even know. It was something I didn't even know, that she had signed 30 distributors before she ever signed one that even did a thing. And that was inspiring to me, because the girl doesn't even like she doesn't seem upset or down like ever. Do you guys know what I mean? Like she's just rolling. She's just rolling with it. And it didn't matter to her, because she knew where she was going, and it didn't matter who came with her. Eventually somebody was going to come. So anyways, that's what I wanted to say. So I'm going to let you guys go. Brian's going golfing for the rest of the day, but I will be doing a power hour at 1. So I will see you guys on at 1 later. Okay. Bye guys. Love ya.